Alright, next up we're going to do Alex. As usual, I'm going to do all 10 trials. If it's just a basic combo, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. If it needs explanation, or if I feel like something's going to be helpful, I'll go ahead and explain it off, and then I'll show you what the combo looks like right after. Alright, so for number 2, what I usually like to do is when I see a charge combo is give you a brief explanation, usually brief, sometimes longer than that, of how to go about the combo. So in this case, you have to think to yourself, okay, so we have a jump in heavy punch, we have a standing heavy punch, where am I going to charge? Well, it's pretty obvious in this case, luckily, as you can start to charge from your jump in. Now, in this case, because you have to do a standing heavy punch, don't immediately go for crouching because that's going to mess you up. So if you can do it, you jump and hold straight back. It's a little awkward, and you can adjust yourself from the jump. But once you do that, you give yourself enough timing from the entire combo that when you hit the standing heavy punch, you can go ahead and do whatever special charge move you need to do. Number 4 really isn't that difficult, but you just have to understand that if you're not landing that move, what you really need to do is get a good crouching heavy punch double hit, but kind of like that. You can do it too low, and sometimes it's not going to work. Like that, it's a little bit lower, at least it seems like it. That's actually pretty good too, but I don't know if I need 2 hits or not. Maybe start hitting the button as he's coming down from the top of the apex of the jump, and you should be able to have a little bit more time to land the EX knee. Alright, so for number 6, really the only thing you need to understand is that you can cancel the ending of your special with this grab. So if you do this, get the input motion in. If you need to, hit the punch button once or twice to cancel. Nothing terribly difficult, but just something you need to keep an eye on. Alright, so number 7 looks like we have a normal into a special into a super, just like every character has. So in this case, what do we have here? So we have a combo. So you gotta make sure you got your links down. Make sure you're not hitting forward in medium punch either, because that's a command now. So 1, 2. Practice that a little bit. Now this is where things get a little bit tricky. Because of the way timing is, just like in every other character I've explained up to this point, whenever you need to do a normal into a special, there's a little bit of time between that and the special. Now, if you're doing it fast, and then you try to input one more quarter circle forward into super, a lot of times you won't get it. Because usually what happens is the timing of the super needs to wait until that special move has connected so we can cancel the special move into the super. You'll also notice if you do the super, if you do a special into a super, that you can do it really fast, because when you do the special it comes out fast, so it's easy to cancel. That. You can do that all day, no problem. But if you try to do it from a light, it's not always going to come out. So, the 2 different ways you can do it is try to find that perfect timing. It does exist. You don't have to do all 3 quarter circle forwards in order to get it to work, but what I like to do, especially if it's not consistent enough, is that I'll do the first part really fast, like this, as fast as I can. You notice I can move my hands around after before it hits. Now, the time it takes for me to input that I'm already going to be hitting down four twice and hit the punch button. Except not in that case. Now that was really fast, so it's almost as if you're doing it 3 times in a row really fast. But there is a slight timing to it, and because we're doing a light punch into a special, there's even less. So if you're doing something like this, there's a lot more time to cancel into the super. But since we're doing a light punch, you got a little bit more time to react. That's really all there is to doing that sequence, a normal special into super. You do it a few times, you get whatever's comfortable for you, and just stay consistent with that.
The finale! You can't escape!
Alright, number 8. Doesn't look like anything too overly complicated here. We're starting off with jumping heavy punch, and then we're going to do his command forward and heavy punch move. So something like this. As soon as that hits, you're going to go ahead and V-trigger. Then you're going to hit standing heavy kick and V-trigger again. What happens is, when you hit that button again, you'll get that special move that comes out. And similar to your normal, quarter circle forward punch, it's the same thing, but it's the V-trigger version. And afterwards, you want to be able to just hit the half circle back. You're going to be on the other side, keep that in mind. Practice that on its own a few times. I'm already in V-trigger mode, so I can just do it again. But if I was right here, end up on the other side, now you're going forward, half circle back. So just keep that in mind. Not too difficult, but try to put it all together and you'll be good to go. Alright, for number 9, this one is pretty easy, but what's weird about this one is the amount of time after your charge V-trigger that it takes for you in order to land another standing heavy punch. So it's just a matter of finding that nice timing. It's pretty easy, so let's activate. We're gonna hold, and there. See, it's like a really long time between where you can recover and do the standing heavy punch. Now, it's pretty easy from here. You're just doing from a heavy punch, you want to tap V-trigger, you don't want to hold it. If you end up holding it too long, you end up not having a combo, so he'll end up blocking. But of course, if you do it like this, you end up on the other side, and just like his previous normals, his normal specials, you can combo immediately after you do that move. So not really that bad. It's the timing between the hold and right there. So like just wait it out, double tap, the punch will finally come out, connect, and just be ready to cancel. You should be good to go. Alright, we are at number 10. Hopefully you're enjoying the video up to this point. If you are, give me a like, give me a comment, lets me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and I will keep it moving. For number 10, this one we have a command normal counter, forward, heavy punch, and then you have to combo into a crouching heavy punch. Now, from here you have to do a V-trigger, but you can do it on the first hit, except you won't combo. What you need to do is wait for the second hit to come out in a crouching heavy punch. That makes it so he jumps up a lot higher. As soon as you do that, as soon as you think that you're able to recover from that move, you're gonna want to hold V-trigger like this. I don't really know what the timing is. You just have to kind of experiment with it. You can do it without doing the whole combo, like from here. It's a little weird because you get a counter. So we're gonna do it like this. Like that. So when you end up on the other side, remember you gotta do a super. And as long as he's sort of around your shoulder height or a little bit lower, if it's close enough to you, it should juggle. It could be a little tricky depending on how your timing of everything is, especially with this move here. If you wait too long, you might get a different thing. But for the most part, that's really what you want to do. You can practice that on its own. Luckily, there's not a lot to this combo, so you give it a couple of tries, you should be able to do it. Just keep in mind when you're doing your super that you're going to be on the opposite side.
The finale! You kiss! You kiss!
Alright, that's going to do it for Alex. Hope you enjoyed the video up to this point. If you did, let me know. And I will see you in the next trial.